Beep, 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 beep. Hey guys, let's see if this is working. I've been having a fun afternoon. I've been thinking about going live for a few hours and then, incredibly, as if by magic, my neighbor at 8 p.m. started power washing his deck. Isn't that the best on Memorial Day weekend? Yeah. Well, I guess we're all having our own little vacations right now. Yeah, and then he mowed his lawn, and then he power washed the deck again. Um, just now. Uh, sorry. Washing his Whoa! Deck. Sorry, I'm just monitoring my chat. I'm just, messing around with my technology. Let's see if anyone finds out that I'm here. You're probably all having fun on this wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you're doing something fun and not just on YouTube. Let's see. Well, yep, I'm talking to myself. But hey, let's let a few people get in here. Let's see what happens, shall we? What do you guys think of this beautiful face that you're looking at? The beautiful face of Keith Morrison. Of Keith? I can't do his voice. It's like Keith Morrison. It's very comforting. No, I'm too... Can't do it. Let's see. So the lines are open. If anybody wants to call in, I am still playing with all of my gadgets. Once again, if you want to actually hear music, the music that I play, not music that I make, but music that I play, you can listen to midnightrad.io on Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until midnight. I will be there spinning my smack of ham tracks. Okay. Well, let's see. I wanted to talk about the Dateline. But it looks like nobody's here, so there's no one to talk to but my little ham self. Oh well. Poor little ham. Just talking to herself. But that's good, actually, because I am figuring out some things. Okay. So I have something to show you guys from a great channel that I said I follow a few different Idaho YouTube creators, creators who talk about Idaho. Some of you have probably seen me in some of them, but one creator that I've followed since well, not really the beginning, but halfway through this Idaho stuff has been Surviving the Survivor. Hey, Lisa Maxwell. Thanks for joining. I was just going to keep talking to myself, and you guys can listen later because it is a holiday weekend. So I hope people are having fun. But yeah, I've just been sitting here waiting for my neighbor to stop power washing his entire house in the dark. And he did, I think. So bless his heart. I'm waiting a few minutes to start talking about what I'm actually going to be talking about to see if anybody else wants to join the convo. Again, the lines are open. I think it's receiving calls. But I want to show you guys this interview. So I've been thinking a lot about the Dateline that came out last Friday. Not the most recent Friday, but the Friday before. What did you guys think of it? I thought it was very entertaining. That's for sure. And I was looking on, so now I like don't trust anyone. So I was looking for reactions online from different written sources to see if anybody had a reaction to the Dateline episode. I really wanted to hear what the Idaho Statesman had to say, but there hasn't been any kind of editorial yet from them. But they did warn. Let's see, when was this? May 19th? So yeah, that was before it was released, the same day. Look at me over here. Yeah, so this is Idaho Statesman. Woo! My computer might freak out. Hold the phone. Calm down, computer. Sorry. I'm trying to not freak my computer out too much. Can't handle much these days. Yeah, I don't trust any media either, but this one really freaked me out. Okay, computer's glitching, so I can't read it to you guys. Let's see. Oh, yes, I can. Here we go. So this is from the Statesman that day. NBC plans to air a 2-hour Dateline special on the University of Idaho killings at 8 p.m. Friday, and the network suggests it will provide significant new information. The show comes a few days before suspect Bryan Kohberger's scheduled arraignment Monday in Moscow. Kohberger was recently indicted by a grand jury on four first-degree murder charges and a felony burglary charge. Kohberger is accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in the early hours of November 13th at their off-campus rental home. The Dateline episode claims it includes exclusive, quote, exclusive information on the suspected murder weapon, details on an incident police believe alleged killer Bryan Kohberger committed ahead of the murders, and more on what was going on in the Kohberger family home in the days before his arrest, according to an NBC press release. So that's that article, and that's the last we hear from the Statesman about that. This is the interview that I heard actually yesterday that actually oh wow, Lisa, that's interesting. I get what you mean there. Here is the interview that I watched after the Dateline. This was on Surviving the Survivor, and I just wanted to comment on this a little bit because it actually did. So when I came out of the Dateline episode, I was like, where are they getting this information from? Either like it really bothered me. I was thinking, okay, so they're making this up or they're trusting bad sources, but how would they put their reputation on the line like that? Right? So I don't know what to think. And I'm curious what you guys think. Like, do you think that they are compromising their journalistic ethics by trusting sources on hearsay? Or do you think they are challenging the gag order? Do you think they know these facts to be true, so they are just totally ignoring the gag order and violating it? And that information is actually very true, which would mean someone is leaking information. So I'm curious what you guys think, especially about the knife. There's a lot of talk about the knife since this Dateline, well, from day one, honestly. My instinct this whole time has kind of been a feeling of like, this is my personal ongoing feeling about this Idaho case. I have a weird feeling that it's all a fugazi, that for some reason, law enforcement from day one has felt a need to make a lot of like smoke and mirrors, a lot of confusion, a lot of like sometimes addressing strange things and sometimes not. And then when the case came out, it's like, here's a bunch of weirdly worded stuff. And then the gag order. I just want to know what you guys think about it. But I wanted to comment a little bit on this clip, if I may. Let's see.
Guilty.
And I want to get to some of the BTK BK comparisons and see if there's any veracity or relevance to that. Again, Bryan
So
Enton's going to have to jump off in a little while, so I want to get some information.
I'm just pausing because this was an interview they did 4 days ago, I think, 5 days ago, and Surviving the Survivor link is in the description for the episode. This is an interview Surviving the Survivor does he's in the upper left-hand corner with Bryan Enton, Jennifer Coffindaffer, and Carrie Rader. Well, maybe I have the wrong last name for her right now. Carrie Rawson, I'm sorry, but she's Dennis Rader's daughter. And I've heard a lot from them before, and they were all in the documentary, I believe. I'm sorry, in the Dateline, except for Bryan Enton, I think. I think it was just Carrie and Coffindorf. And I give Coffindorf a really hard time. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this little segment here. It's interesting, especially what Bryan Enton says as a person who respects all the people on this panel.
From him, Bryan, what was your reaction to the Dateline episode and the fact that if in fact it is true, it was a single source? Dateline's got a lot of pressure on them to be right, but they said that this K-bar knife, was purchased by Kohberger more than a year in advance of the crimes, and he basically traveled from Pennsylvania to Pullman, Washington. By the way, Cindy Hollenbeck was just on, who's from the Moscow, Pullman area, and shout out to Papa Bear from Moscow. But Bryan, what about the revelation that this knife was purchased on Amazon?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was really interesting. It's obviously it's Dateline, it's NBC News. I'm sure they do they have good standards.
Okay. What? So the fact that Bryan Enton is saying this is interesting to me because that's how I felt initially. But Bryan Enton is a reporter who I kind of respect from seeing everything he's done in the past. But my thing is, so I kind of trust Bryan Enton. I initially have a distrust for Jennifer Coffindaffer. I do have a respect for Carrie Rawson because I know she's just very deep into all of this as the daughter of, Dennis Rader. And so it was interesting to hear Bryan Enton just say, well, I just trust Dateline, Dateline must know. What do you guys think?
So I have no reason not to believe their source. I enjoyed the episode, especially because Jennifer and Carrie were on it, and there was some new information and stuff. But yeah, I mean that was an interesting tidbit. I mean, one of the things that's frustrating with the gag order with a situation like this is when a media outlet breaks something like that, it's really hard to then go and try to confirm it yourself, and it's just very tricky situation because no one will talk on the record. But I enjoyed the episode. I thought that was really interesting. There were a few.
See, I think Bryan Enton is wording it correctly. He is abiding by journalistic ethics, which is to say, well, my gosh, I would never do that, but I guess maybe Dateline can. Do you see what I mean? That's kind of how I'm reading what he's saying.
Two other tidbits that they broke that I thought were interesting. What they said about the Kohberger's sister, around, I think it was around Christmas time, saying that she was suspicious of him. I found that also interesting and a little bit perplexing just because my conversations with people associated with the family haven't really revealed those sort of conversations. But again, it's Dateline. I mean, I have no reason to not believe what they reported.
Listen to that though. Isn't that crazy? Like, the fact that Bryan Enton is saying this makes me think I'm not crazy. Bryan Enton, I think, does have journalistic ethics. I've seen communications with him in the past through other, creators, and he is trying to do everything the right way in this new changing world. But yeah, Lisa Maxwell, that's what I think. If they don't have the knife, how do you know it's the knife he bought? And there is, okay, in the document dump, there is documentation. There are search warrants for specific knives and their purchase on different companies like Walmart or Amazon. I need to look at them again because, again, the wording is a complete just shit show. I'm sorry, it doesn't make any sense. But from what I could tell, it looked like these were for the Amazon at least, it was a request for that information. I personally have never seen any confirmation that Amazon responded to this subpoena with evidence that Bryan Kohberger purchased that knife a year ago, which is what Dateline purports to be true. Because that's not in any of the documentation. And I know Dateline is not stupid. They know how to read these. They didn't just misunderstand the paperwork and say, oh, that sounds like Amazon. Amazon did find the receipt about the knife. No way. I am just very disappointed in Dateline right now. And I'm glad to hear Bryan Enton speak. I'm not saying that this is his opinion. He speaks very, diplomatically and correctly, I think, in the way a journalist should talk about this stuff. Probably the way I would talk about it too, especially when talking to Jennifer Coffendaffer, who works for News Nation as well and was in that documentary.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And Bryan, and I'm going to have both Carrie and Jen weigh in on this as well. This was brought up, and then Fox News just wrote a story about it, basically confirming it as well, that Bryan Kohberger allegedly stalked a female classmate at Washington State University. This was months before the murders, even offering to put up a camera in her home, and then I guess basically mess around with the home. I'm going to get to Carrie on that because she thinks it's a bit of an escalation. What, if anything?
I agree, Carrie.
Yeah, we actually reported that on News Nation. Chris Cuomo did. It was several months ago, and I guess
it was April 20th.
Yeah. First of all, that's insane that News Nation actually reported this a month before. And Dateline's reporting it now with more sort of details or exaggerations. I don't know.
He reported it a month before Dateline.
Yeah. So we reported it, and I was actually back out at his apartment complex yesterday. It's an associate of his, I believe another grad student. She lives in one of the buildings kind of behind where he lived. It's a very big complex. And basically had this home break-in, and then says that Kohberger offered to help her install security cameras at her apartment.
You confirmed it then, Enton?
No, so
yes, Carrie.
That wasn't my reporting. I mean, News Nation. News Nation.
Carrie's like, wait, did you confirm this? Because I will believe you.
Reported it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I
Lisa.
didn't actually talk to her myself. That was a different person.
I have more to say about Coffendaffer.
Just for on the record, I think Fox News is quoting back to Dateline sources. Some outlets do that, some don't. I'm still a baby, whatever media person here. So some outlets are telling me we won't cite back to somebody and some will. So I don't know if they advance the information. Like if you go read it, I think it's more Dateline's reporting, but basically News Nation was reporting. But I do believe Dateline maybe knew some things before News Nation on my timeline. It's a very sticky situation Coffendaffer can talk about for somebody like me that has decades of experience of being news and then now making news and then working with news. It's like juggling about.
So this is interesting because we see through this show, which I think is Surviving the Survivor, by the way, great show. Subscribe to their channel. They have amazing interviews like this with people who were literally just on the Dateline and Bryan Enton. Like, it's awesome. And you hear their real opinions and you see their real interactions with each other. Because Dateline cut out so much, of course. So does everything. But you see here, and you'll see that BTK's daughter, Carrie, I'm sorry I'm referring to her as BTK's daughter. It's just so that people who are joining the chat can understand who I'm talking about. You can see that she, Carrie Rawson, BTK's daughter, does have an ongoing, since this Idaho case stuff, she's had this relationship with Jennifer Coffindoffer through like communication and through just figuring stuff out, which I totally get. Like, they seem to talk about, you know, profiling and all this stuff, and they're both very well qualified women. And yet I have found myself being so annoyed with Coffindoffer in the past. But I think this interview is starting to make me understand that she truly is a retired, you know, FBI agent. And everything she's doing now is as a guest, you know, commentator on News Nation. She's not actually, you just have to be careful about who you believe when you're listening to like retired experts or any kind of expert who isn't in, you know what I mean? Like, they're not a part of the case. They're just commentating on it. This might be from their own experience. That's what they're getting paid to do, is to consult. They might not be right. They know that. So I don't know what to think. It's really interesting.
15 balls at one time. So hopefully I'm doing a decent job. I try to stick to facts, and I push. Inton and Koff will tell me I push back pretty hard on them, and I literally told Inton to go back and figure something out. So I'm sure I'm getting things wrong though too, and you know, doing YouTube from the TV. But it's hard for me because what Inton was talking about, we were running into all of us with this gag. It's impossible to confirm, and then everybody protects their sources for good reason. So you have to decide on your own the credibility of each piece of information. And I'm literally pushing back on Twitter right now, telling people do not dismiss one outlet or another because of politics or because they ticked you off 5 years ago. Literally, you've got to take each piece of information and decide your own
Carrie,
credibility of that journalist and that information. And then you have to decide, you know, if you believe it. And it's very complicated right now with this case. Like Iden was saying, you have to trust this outlet that they have reliable sources, and then go see if you can fact check it. I mean, right, Coffindoffer? Like, it's insane.
Yeah, I want to hop in for once. I'm sorry, Jen, real quick, just to say that Carrie is messaged me off. We talk a lot during the day, and she's definitely got, and I think Bryan will agree, really good reporter instincts for not having been raised as a reporter like Bryan and I, and she asks great questions.
I'm not going to play this whole interview. I'm sorry. I just wanted to talk about this little segment here. I think there's a few minutes left. It's very interesting to hear Bryan Enton and Carrie Rawson sort of debating this. Well, we don't know what to believe. You know, like, there is a gag order. Maybe some media sources are more trusted than others. You sort of have to gauge it for yourself. And I think that's so true, and no truer time than right now, especially with this Idaho case. I've never experienced anything like this where it's like, you guys got to choose who you believe at this point. We're all on our own right now. And to me, it's still kind of a guessing game on all fronts.
And she checks it all out. But Jen, please respond.
No, ditto what Carrie said. I'm not going to restate it because she said it so well. But I will add to that, at least for me as an analyst, I'm analyzing that information as it's presented factually. In other words, I am not here. I fact check on my own, as you can see on Twitter and things, but I'm called to analyze that information. So as an example, this information, taking the belief that it's true, because I do not think Chris Cuomo and I don't think Dateline are going to jeopardize their reputation by fabricating.
Okay, so Jennifer Coffendorfer doesn't think that these sources are going to jeopardize their journalistic integrity. I get that. Like, look at Bryan Enton's face when she's saying that. I'm like, I'm reading into this. This is my own commentary, you guys. This is my read on it. I think it's, some people just trust the media. Some people just will always trust the media. And I think it's really fascinating that Bryan Enton, who is the media, is like, oof, I don't know. I think he's smart.
Fabricating some information so that they can get the scoop. And this is far too detailed, and it makes a lot of sense from my view in terms of what Bryan Kohberger, if indeed he is guilty, would be doing. And that is baby steps leading up to this massive murder. You don't just do this massive murder, you do smaller burglaries. And I've said that from before he was ever even found. Whoever did this would have done small burglaries leading up to this crime.
Yeah,
and I want to circle back to that for sure. But Bryan, to you, a sort of a macro picture. What is it like in Moscow today, as opposed to when you were there right after the murders? Have they
I'm going to stop it there. That's been enough. I don't want to, under fair use, I don't want to overshare. You guys should definitely listen to the whole interview because it's fantastic. So many good points. But yeah, what do we think about like the other Dateline? What do we? A lot of people are saying right now that the knife has been found. So I personally find that not to be true. Maybe some people know better than me. Maybe they can read better than me, but I don't know. And what about, I thought it was interesting when Bryan Enton kind of he kind of questioned that whole, like the family knowing that there was something wrong with Bryan, or something was going on with Bryan in regards to this case, and they were suspecting something. He was a little surprised there. That was that allegation that Dateline came up with, and I say came up with because it seems like they literally came up with it. That one, I think, shocked me even more than any of them, because it was just, it felt like, I don't know, especially after those women, apparently, supposedly his sisters lost their jobs after he was arrested. Why would they be telling the media things like this? Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm crazy. It doesn't make any sense to me. They've seemed to be a very private family. And I hope they continue to protect their privacy, especially if it's true that they have lost their jobs over this. That is horrible. But who knows what's true, right? And what were the other allegations? Oh, the guy, that he helped some colleague install cameras in her house because she was scared and her stuff was all out of order. Okay. We've been hearing rumors that he was friends with someone, like a woman. God forbid. I've heard many times that he actually had friends and was like fairly normal. I have not seen any evidence of anything to the contrary, except for people saying that they think he's weird. People who don't really know him very well, or were like people who were in a class with him or his students, you know, they are very vocal about him being kind of weird. I don't care about that. I haven't heard anyone come on the record and talk about him except for people on TikTok. And that is ridiculous. Why? I'm not going to rely just on that one girl. I'm sorry. The girl, you know, who she drove him around in 2014 and he was supposedly delivering heroin. That does not a case make against a mass murderer, in my opinion. Lisa Maxwell, no. His sisters have not done interviews. Unless they did some secret one with Dateline that I'm not aware of. That's insane. I don't believe it. And why would they not air that? And the fact that they had that other Tinder girl, the one with the pink hair, that was just unbelievable because they didn't even have her on the show. They didn't even interview the girl. Where was she? She wouldn't even just go on date. She couldn't respond to Dateline's like direct message and be like, yes, I will like zoom in for your Dateline episode. What are they doing? This is not boding well in my mind. For Dateline, I'm a little worried. I'm really worried. I don't like this. Well, it's just annoying because a lot of people that I know who follow true crime trust things like Dateline implicitly, and it makes things so much harder for all of us who are actually studying these cases. That's my problem. And what People magazine did last year, or this year, or whatever. Hey, Electra. Thanks for popping in. I'm just ranting. Yeah, I guess I know that I can't trust the mainstream media, but now I have to listen to everybody in the older generation who implicitly trusts the mainstream media. I have to listen to them talk all this nonsense about this case, more so than any other case I've ever heard. You know, I thought the Watts was bad. This is unbelievable because it's happening real time. And people I know who are my age will come up to me at work and talk about the Idaho case and have just the opposite take. They will or they'll be talking about something that was disproven like months ago. They'll come in and be like 3 days ago, someone will come in and up to me and say, "Oh, did you yeah, I think my notifications are messed up. Do me a favor, guys, and hit the bell if it's there." Some people told me there's no bell. I'm like, why can't I have a bell? But people will come up to me now and say, "Oh, Bryan Kohberger, right. He's the Idaho, like, Moscow Slayer, right? And he, like, didn't he, when he went to jail, didn't he start, like, you know, freaking out at the other prisoners and scaring everybody, cussing everybody out and, like, jerking off at people?" And I kid you not, this stuff, to me, it's present. It's insane. People are still talking about this nonsense clickbait that was made up from day one. And it's unbelievable to see Dateline participating and spreading rumors like that. Sorry, I'm on a soapbox. I'm mad. It's how I'm spending my Memorial Day, defending journalism. Or not defending it, but yelling at it. And I'm not yelling at the show. I shouldn't have left this on the screen. This show that I am pointing at right now is wonderful. This is where you can find true journalism. This is where you can find actual truth, whether you like it or not. is on good creators' channels. Here, however, is where you won't find the truth. Oh no, Electra, you're going to have to listen back. They said so much nonsense. They showed no proof of their nonsense is the problem. I was waiting for proof of these crazy things that they were going to say. And I did not get them. But yeah, I think maybe my notifications aren't working because it's a holiday. Who knows? I'm sorry. I just wanted to come on here and rant again. Get my feet wet, streaming again. And Surviving the Survivor is awesome. They got back to me within like 3 hours saying I was allowed to comment on that show. As long as I share the link with them, which I will. How are you guys doing? Electra, feel free to call in. I'm going to sign off if nobody calls in. You know, I should probably be power washing my deck or something. Like my neighbor. Yeah, we can test out the call-in if you want. It's going to freak me out, I'm sure. Yeah, Lisa, I agree. It's hard to believe that this crime would be his first. I don't know what to think. I really don't know what to think. Electra, you don't have to. I've only got like 5 minutes left in me. I won't keep you on the phone all night. Got some power washing to do. Oh my gosh. Cool. Uh-oh. Hang on. Well, Google, oh my God, give Google Voice permission. Oh my God. Never mind. Give Google Voice my permission to use my mic. Well, thank you, Electra. Now we know what I have to do. God, it's so annoying. Lisa, are you really? Oh. Click the blocked, hang on. Click the blocked media button. Yes, Google Voice, you have permission. Please. Oh my God. Nope. Hang on. Nope, not gonna work. Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna figure this out if it doesn't. This is really pissing me off. Allow my stupid... What? Don't call for a sec, Electra. I still can't figure this out. Give Google Voice permission. Okay, I guess I have to go to like some other place. Oh, Lord. Give them permission. Yes. Give me permission. Wow. I'm figuring this out. You guys, you don't have to stay. As you know. Ooh. Allow. Oh my god. This is just. Whew. Okay. Calls. Incoming calls. Unbelievable. Nope. It's not letting me. So I guess I would have to take the calls through my cell phone. Okay. Well, thanks, Electra. Now I know. Hey, Midnight Radio. This is just the most annoying thing ever. It's because my mic is being used by OBS, so I can't use Google Voice. I know this is riveting for everybody. But Electra, if you want to call, we can. Oh, but then I'm going to hear echo. Nope, we better not. Well, if you try the cell phone, the thing is, it's going to be a big echo because I'll be talking into the mic too. You know? Ugh. It's so stupid. It is so. I know I need a mixer. Thank you, Midnight Radio. Ugh. Well, to get a mixer, I need to make money. Well, you know what? I guess I could use like StreamYard, but how do you even... Maybe I could try... Really, Electra? But you're going to hear... Okay. If you want, you can try. And we can sound horrifying. And if people... If it sounds horrible to everybody, they can just... Do you put it on speaker? I don't even know if I have the app on my phone. Okay, that's what I'm gonna try, Midnight Radio. Here we are. Oh, she left me a message. Okay, you can try again, Electra. Let's see. Watch it not work on the phone. I know, we do. Yeah, the Einen Harsh show is gonna be... I just need to get prepared for it. We need to get all of our... Oh my god. You answer it on your... All right. Let me... Thank you, Midnight Radio. What's the annoying thing? Forward. Okay. Forward. Here we go. Okay. What? Wow, I have more viewers than ever right now. Let's see. What? This is... I'm not ignoring you. This device wasn't set to receive incoming calls. My God. Okay, try again. I just changed it. Yep. Oh. I don't know what it's doing. It's saying, oh my God. Okay, thank you. Please say this is Electra.
Oh my gosh, did it work?
Yeah. Can people hear me? Can you hear me?
Are you on speakerphone up to your microphone?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Can anybody hear us? I
It's
can
a
hear
little
you.
delay. Yeah, it
I
sounds
think
like
this
it's
is
working.
great. I think it's working.
Oh, thank God. So stressful.
I have no idea. Anybody in the chat, is this friggin' working?
I think it's working.
Well, good. Well, it's great to talk to you.
You too. What do you think about Keith Morrison?
About what?
About Keith Morrison.
You know, I actually liked the Dateline special. I might be totally in the minority, but I liked it. They had some new info that is supported by super secret specialists, but you know, their sources are
No, I agree.
sources are non-existent. But I liked it.
I agree. I was so entertained by it. I watched it twice and then I listened to it as a podcast. But I just, like you said, was just shocked that they're using like sources, that they're just saying that. I've never heard Dateline do that. And I'm just like in a stew of wondering, like, who do I trust? Do I trust Dateline anymore? So, because if they're right, if what they're saying is true, that's wild. But also, isn't that like violating the gag order?
That he bought the K-bar on
Right, which I haven't.
Amazon.
Yeah, as far as I know, they've just requested that information.
I don't know. It just sounds great, and it's sensational.
It is.
Media. I love it. Midnight Radio is ignoring Electra. Thank you.
Never ignore Electra.
They learned from Banfield, Midnight says, and I agree.
Midnight,
Dateline is now taking over what News Nation does. Just like, oh, our super secret sources.
See, yeah, that's kind of what Bryan Ensign says in this interview that I played earlier. You guys have to catch up on what I was playing at the beginning because it's just interesting watching someone from News Nation being on a panel with Jennifer Coffindoffer, like people that were in the Dateline. And he's like saying, oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure News Nation found that out like a month before. It's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, you gotta listen back.
I like Bryan Ensign.
I do too.
Golden Fox.
I do too.
Or the White Fox. What's his name? I don't know.
I don't know.
But
he's
I
mysterious.
do like him. And it was funny because on Friday, Grant was saying that Laura is the new Banfield, and then he said that I'm the new Bryan Ensign.
It's true. That's kind of true.
It's like anybody can say anything and pass it off as news.
Yes. And then who's the Keith Morrison? Is Jerry? Jerry's the Keith Morrison.
No.
I'm kidding.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Too funny. Anyone with burner phones has to have secrets. I agree, Lisa. That's why you have a burner phone, is to be secretive. Silver Fox, Midnight says. Thank you. And Banfield is the golden fox.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's got some contouring issues. Like, what do they put on her face with that makeup? It's like it's like mud.
She's gotten real, like, I don't know, just real disheveled looking in the last few months, and I wonder if it's on purpose, if they're doing that.
Because she's doing it on purpose.
Because she's just so tired looking day and night.
It looks like you just have mud on your face. What's going on? It's so weird.
She's going for the overworked journalist look.
Yeah. Like she's working so hard.
Yep.
The beige fox.
Day and night. Beige field. Yep.
Oh, I'm cracking up. Well, so our phone call worked.
Yeah. Good to know, but it only works if you hold up a phone to a mic. I don't know how we. So I don't know how we do it 3 ways.
Presenters I see that's what they do. They just hold their speakerphone up to their mic, and
I know,
and it works. I mean, Midnight Radio is probably dying right now because he's like, "Oh, the sound quality.
We need to get a mixer." I know.
So we can work on it, but I just wanted to call in and chat. And
thank you, dear.
Make sure it worked, and
now we know.
Yeah, I'll let you get back to your live.
Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna sign off now. Thank you for calling, love.
Wait, don't sign off.
Do you have a show tonight? Are you doing a show tonight?
No, I made Midnight put on a replay because I'm working on that report.
Right. I was just curious, but everybody listen to the replay.
Yeah, the replay is on midnightred.io right now. It's still a good show.
Of course. Yeah.
Check it out if you want.
If you want.
All right. Well, I will talk to you soon, love.
All right. Thanks for calling, dear.
Okay, don't sign off yet.
I won't. I see Laura just got here.
I love you. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Laura. What's going on? I see it's Fruit Loop Central. You know what I need to do is set up my Discord for calls. I think I can do that. No, I don't think I can. I would have to do some sort of phone wrangling before, because I need to get a mixer. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I'm going to pause for 1 second. I just have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Whew. Sorry, guys. To have a little tinkle. And I realized I have the perfect hold music. Hey, Grant. Thanks for coming. I'm so excited. Laura and Grant are here. Oh, the whole gang. The Fruit Loop gang. We just need Susan. But I was realizing the thing I need when I have to have tinkle time. Uh-oh. My phone is activating itself and playing my... What the hell? I hate machines. Woo! Machines are weird. Okay, I wanted to play this.
Hey, I'm calling to wish Hot Ham Radio a happy 21st birthday. In your honor, I threw back a couple of shots at lunch. Happy birthday, Hot Ham Radio.
Isn't that great? Hold music.
Hey.
Okay. Oh, Peppa Pig. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Sorry about that, folks. Whoa. My whole internet, everything just glitched. What a day, what a day. Where's Susan? She's at the donut store, probably. Well, guys, I'm just, ranting, about Idaho. What are you all doing? Actually, this is really funny if you look at like my most look at what Midnight Riders, which I still need to watch. Peppa Pig. Truth and Transparency. And Candace Wells. Oh, that's horrifying. Oh, that's like my last 3 months in a nutshell. Lisa, let us know when you get that raccoon, by the way. But I don't encourage violence towards raccoons. Turn off my... Something weird is going on with my audio. I just keep hearing this. Oh, it's all gone now. I fixed it. Ugh, Grant got a mixer. I need to get one. Tell me which mixer. Laura. Yep. Yeah, my daughter, like... I'm sorry, but the only place she can watch Peppa Pig for free is on YouTube. Oh, okay, Lisa. We're going for a more humane raccoon, more of a raccoon tasing. Well, No, Laura, at the beginning of this live, I was just really annoyed already because my neighbor decided to power wash his entire deck and outdoor exterior at 8 p.m. when it was dark. And it went on for a long time, and it was annoying. And it's not a very big house, so, like, why did it take him so long to power wash? It's a tiny deck. Tiny deck. D-E-C-K. Why? What? This is the Smack of Ham without music show, basically, folks. This is what it would be like if Hot Ham Radio could never play music again on the radio. It would just be this. And also, one of the biggest tragedies of this spring was that Snap Camera discontinued their Snap Camera software for computers. So I can no longer use my Radiohead, snap filter. It's horrifying. It was so much fun. If you want to see how much fun it was, you can watch my old, weird, tedious live streams for 6 hours. It was fun. Well, Laura, it got dark here at no, he started at 8. It was still a little bit light, but then it was dark by 8:20. I don't think I could even hum show tunes Midnight Radio. I feel like the big bad broadcasting world will come and get me and throw me off. They already screwed me so bad for doing nothing. I don't have any subscribers. I'm yet I can't even, I'm not even going to start. But I'm just saying, be careful with Spotify, folks. Be careful. They, those Swedes, they're ruthless. They don't abide by the same rules we do. Oh my God. Are you really going to do iHeartRadio? I'm glad. Are you serious? Midnight Radio? Are we selling out to the man? Extra, extra. Read all about it. Beep, 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 beep. It's midnight. Dateline. Reporting to you live. On Dateline. Is it possible that Midnight Radio might be moving to iHeartRadio? Breaking news here. I'm sorry, my Keith Morrison. I can't do it. It's breaking news. Yeah, Spotify's a bunch of badasses, that's for sure. See, I used to play music on my little YouTube here because I don't care about being monetized. And they would different artists would have to grant me copyright permission, and they always did. Oh, good, Grant. Oh. Wait, Midnight Radio, does iHeartRadio not let people... Would we have to say unaliving? I don't have to say the F word, but I will not say unaliving if I'm talking about murder. I'm sorry. I don't know. Who came up with that unaliving thing? I don't even think that's true. Do you really get in trouble as a true crime channel if you say the word murder? Or do you have to say red rum? Red rum, red rum. Boy, this is going well. Yeah, I'm really excited for the Midnight Radio to be 24/7 streaming again, and apparently that will be soon, according to Dateline. Isn't that a funny picture though? Where he's coming out of the moon. It's like the monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad everyone's experiencing this channel for the first time with my bizarre things. I'm learning how to use this software again. It's a lot easier now. So I will be more fun in the future for sure. I'll have more things to look at. And I'm gonna get my mixers. And my nose whistling cleansers. Electra, I'm gonna help you with that report. I have literally, a lot of you know, my 5-year-old is staying with her dad for the summer, so I am just like ready to party. Oh, with the best of them. Just because, yeah, I want to stay busy, but also I can't broadcast very comfortably when she's here because we have a small house and you can hear people power washing very easily. And I'm just always afraid she's going to wake up and hear me ranting about, unalivings. Can't have that. So I'll be a lot more active in ye old broadcasting world soon. Now, like pretty much now. And I have tomorrow off, which is awesome. And I cleaned my house this weekend, which is also awesome. So it's just really cool here. Oh my God, Lisa Maxwell. Thank you, love. Lady Lisa. You benefactress. Prayer hands. I'm glad you're supporting quality broadcasting over here. I'm going to get a mixer. I'm saving up for the mixer. So Midnight Radio, you can see the Dateline episode on Peacock. If anybody has one of those memberships, I do. We could play it in the Discord at some point. If anybody's interested, I think I can do that. Can I broadcast it live? Oh no, don't send me money. I'll never be monetized. Don't worry, Electra. Like, I don't... Do you take... I don't know. It never asked me if I could do that. But thank you. There's a button that says, engage with your audience. No, Midnight Radio, don't do that. No, I just need to get a higher paying day job. I've been meaning to do that. But, no, if you guys want, if people really want to watch the Dateline and they haven't watched it, we can figure that out. I think on Midnight Radio's Discord, right? Isn't there a way to, to do that? I should just start my own Discord. There's so much technology, just so much to do. Yeah, Laura, I watched it 3 times because it freaked me out. Because I don't know how they got all their information. You should watch this live from the beginning because I actually did something. I actually talked about something. I talked about the Surviving the Survivor interview that happened a few days ago with Bryan Enton and Coffin Doffer and BTK's daughter, whose name I kept forgetting. And it's interesting. Oh God, Laura, I've never seen Exorcist. Electra, thank you. You guys need to save your own pennies. Save your own little shillings. When are we doing The Exorcist? My God, I've never seen that. My dad said that he read The Exorcist, the book, and he had nightmares for 6 weeks. So I don't know if I'm ready. I just watched Rosemary's Baby for the first time this year, and it was life-changing. I'll watch Exorcist. Yeah, exactly, Grant. That's the thing. I'm not trying to like build a huge like monetization empire here. I have like I really enjoy just being on YouTube and being able to go live and engage with like a fun group of people. So this is like ideal. It's really fun. It's kind of like ham radio, one might say. Only a little easier and less expensive. But what? The only thing is we have to watch it at 6 a.m. The Exorcist? Oh my God. We have to watch it at 6 a.m.? Oh, I could totally do that. I watched Midsummer at 5 a.m. last year, and it was a really good decision. Only watch horror movies at daybreak. Electra. Oh, you guys are cracking me up. No, I promise I'll have content in the future. And I have my handy dandy Idaho Statesman subscription, Lookout World. You'll hear it all here first. And just me ranting and wondering about what the hell's going on with the Idaho case. Laura, have you watched The Exorcist? Oh, okay, yeah, me neither. Oh, I see. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't like horror. I like thrillers, but I have to be in a certain mood for them. Also, like Rosemary's Baby shocked me because it was nowhere near. It was just really good. It was a really good movie. Yeah, bring all the caps. I don't care. I'm trying to get demonetized. But plus YouTube takes 40% of super chats. Did you guys know that when you send super chats to creators? It's crazy. But don't stop doing it because it helps. It also helps build the channel, but yeah. It's annoying, this little game. We need to have like a Laura cam for the movie. Yes, I should, Lisa. A word on the street is my source, who's close to the case, said this. Yep. Oh my gosh, what time is it here? YouTube doesn't take your 40%? I don't even want to know. Well, why did I hear that? Is that another lie? There's all these tall tales, YouTube tall tales. Okay, guys, I got to get off of here because it's 10:12 and I have not eaten. Can you tell? Lisa, I don't know. I think it depends on the channel. For me, Cash Apps are always the best. Thank you, everybody, because that's pretty much the only option I have. But for other channels, like bigger creators, I really don't know. It's probably more complicated than that. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Yep, that's very good to know. Very cool. You learn something new every day here in Fruit Loop Land. Yeah, the DJs only take Cash Apps, but even on this channel, I only take Cash Apps. I tried getting PayPal and Venmo, for a separate account, and nope, it's not going to work, unfortunately. So what can you do? But I'm just glad you guys are here. I don't need any money. I appreciate when you guys Cash App me. That's amazing. And it will go to my mixer, my audio mixer. Or is it an audio and visual mixer? But anyways, hamsters unite. I'm so happy you all are here. I am going to go and cook myself something to eat. And enjoy this lovely night. I'll probably be, roving these streets of YouTube, or listening to Electra's show on midnightride.io. Thank you all for joining me, my dear hamsters and Fruit Loops alike. Join me next time. I'm sure I'll be back. I'm working on my merch. That's what I have to do. Yes. This is Hot Ham Radio. Over and out. Beep, 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 beep.